What's up, guys? It's Jay, Morning After Kill, and we're back on the tournament. You guys wanted DJ Arcas back, and he's back. So, how's it going, Mr. DJ Arcas?
It's going very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing all right. Just watching some football, hanging out, and trying to get this tournament round one done.
I didn't know you guys had football over there. Yeah, I thought you just played that rugby thing.
Oh, yes, you call it American football, but yes, we have football. You guys have soccer.
Yeah, you see, in English, football, as we call it, you can only touch the ball with your foot, hence football. Yeah. I don't know why you guys call it football. You carry it up, you pick it around.
Hand egg.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's get this started. This is RudgerWolvram's world. He built this world as an RPG-inspired, adventure map. So basically, he wants you to come into his world, turn the jetpack off, and explore to see what he has in the world.
I'm guessing he would be very much like me to allow the server to force off certain relics. That's been requested quite a lot.
Yeah, that would actually be amazing, because a lot of these people are building maps that they want you to walk through to get a feel for how they built the world.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I made the very silly mistake of giving you speed boots and jetpacks, but that really doesn't help the performance of the game, because when you're moving slowly, the game has plenty of time to light everything and to pull in distant nodes, whereas when you're like hooning down, the game can't keep up. So, turning off jetpacks and... is there an airship up there?
We'll get to that.
But turning off jetpacks and turning off speed boots really helps the game out, because as I said, it's running off like a 5400 RPM hard drive or a USB stick. It really, really, really helps.
Yeah, it's like 10-year-old architecture right there.
Oh, not 7-year-old, 8-year-old architecture.
That's close enough, but
it was pretty good architecture at the time. I mean, give the Xbox devs their due. I bet they never expected the machine to be around 8 years later.
Well, I know they had a 10-year plan. I unfortunately didn't have the pleasure of playing Xbox until about 2009, so I'm a latecomer.
Remember Call It 360? Because of course there was the Xbox before then, which was a wonderful machine many years ago.
Oh, I did have an original Xbox. I did. They're
huge, aren't they?
Oh, it was so cool looking. It was black and green, and it really it was pretty cool looking. But this right here, I wanted to point out this. The town he built a little stockpile of all the blocks in the games to make it look like
that's cool.
Built it. They have extra. And this right here, I also wanted to mention. You're gonna see in this video, there's a bunch of wells that he has. They're all symmetrical. They're all the same, and they interconnect throughout the world. So you can hop in a well and travel from build to build.
I reckon he pretty much just stole them from Mario, and that's naughty.
Huh? Yeah. Because, the video games never copy
Now, what he needs to do, of course, is connect up the wells or conveyor belts and put jump pads at the end. So you jump in a well and you get whizzed to the next well and shot out the top.
That would actually be good. Like I said, right now I didn't have the conveyor belts and blocks when I first started filming people's worlds, so I felt it was kind of unfair if I let other people have it after I filmed, after the patch came out. So, later on, if I do refilm these worlds, we might be seeing some conveyor belts and jump pads.
I hope so. I say that's my only criticism of the tournament, unfortunately, is that you just started it too soon.
I know.
So but all of the physics blocks, all of the cool movement and the life. But of course, if you did that, if you did it now, of course, then just about the time the tournament's ready, I'd be like, why didn't you wait for the lighting?
Exactly. So that's the cool thing about Fortresscraft. There's always stuff coming.
Yeah, I mean, the Indie Summer Uprising that Dave Voiles does.
Yes.
He tweeted me the other day going, wow, I just run Fortresscraft for the first time in like 3 months. And he goes, you've changed so much. Everything is so much better than it was. And I was like, well,
I see that tweet. You retweeted that out.
Yeah. I mean, he's a very, cynical developer. I mean, to get that sort of praise from him is fantastic. And I do want everyone to know. Sadly, everyone who watches this probably already knows. But I want all the people who bought the game went, oh, it doesn't have... Oh, no, that is awesome.
I figured you would do that.
That is awesome.
There's a few airships in this tournament, and this is one of the more impressive ones.
What we need is rigging. We actually need a rigging system in the game. I've been thinking about that, about like elastic cords that you stretch between things and they dangle. So they're just for look. They don't. There's no
Oh.
physics in them. But like I mean, you've seen them in games like telegraph poles or
Mhm.
harpoons, just sort of dangly cables to like let you because it would work with the polychar system.
That would
So many
actually be
ideas,
pretty cool.
so little time.
But yeah, like you were saying, stuff coming all the time. The guy barely recognized the game after coming like 3 months later, and
Yeah.
I'm interested to see where this game's going to be 3 months from now.
Well, I mean, even looking at this, I mean, again, no disrespect to the guy who made it, but I'm looking at this going, this looks flat, this looks boring. Where's your coloured lighting? Where's all the different? But of course, that's not in the game yet. So hopefully, all of these people who've put all this time into the world, because Paul just upgraded his dwarven world with all the new lights, and he's like, this is brilliant. 'Cause he's now got thunder flashes on his wizard's tower, and he's put like the flickering of a welding torch. So, there's already he's lighting it, and if you've got like 4 rooms that are all fairly similar, you can light them differently, and then you get a lot more mileage out of the same blocks.
That's that sounds like what a lot of people has been asking for. People were asking for different colored blocks. They wanted to really give that extra I guess ambiance to their world with the different colored lighting.
Oh yeah, well the thing is, I mean, when if you're doing a film or something like that, I mean, lighting is everything. Lighting is the most important thing. It's the same with photography, same with the games as well. Lighting is so important, and the Fortresscraft lighting is pretty good. I'm quite proud of it. The sunlight is a very gentle orange color. The moonlight's a very gentle blue color. So one's warm and one's cold. You've got the torches, which are off to the side on the color spectrum. So we've done it correctly. But this new lighting system just adds so much flexibility. Hopefully people don't make too much of a mess of it. I expect to see a lot of disco worlds quite soon, unfortunately.
Another question, looking at this footage right here, a lot of people were disappointed that the torches now give off the smoke again.
They only give off smoke if they're in sunlight.
So outside they give off
look,
smoke.
look, all the ones that are underneath the smoke, the ones inside.
All right.
It's that simple. So people said, "Oh, I don't like the particles," but I was like, "But they are there for a reason. It's to help you find things." But literally, put them inside, indoors, no smoke. Put them outside, smoke. As you can see there, he's used it for chimneys outside. Yeah, he's using for lighting inside.
That's seems like a simple solution to an easy
Handy
problem.
hint for everyone there.
But yeah. So RPG mode, have you made any headway with that?
No, I mean, for the last few days, I mean, I've been at Game City. I mean, I've been very busy there. And then I've been back, and I've basically been recovering more than anything else. So I played a lot of Dungeon Defenders. I sat on the sofa a lot and kind of just recharged my batteries a little bit. So tomorrow, the plan is actually a bunch of things. I'm gonna do some real life stuff. I've got to do very exciting things like changing the address where my car is and exciting things like that. I'm then also going to try and get the copy and paste finished and get that out to the testers. We should be doing a video on the copy and paste tomorrow with a bit of luck, which is gonna. Sorry guys, all of you big guys with the really big epic words, you're gonna hate me when the copy and paste comes in, because it'll make like this here, making houses. You want to copy and paste the house? Bang, bang, bang. It'll be so quick and so easy. And I apologize to everyone who's done it all by hand, and then I make it very easy.
Well, the interesting part is about that is, even with the little diggers, the builders, and the copy and paste, the extra tools that you're putting in to make it easier for the novices at the game to build a cool world, but also the advanced builders are going to be using that and knocking up things a lot faster.
Well, that means that the advanced builders are, if you've only got say 1 hour a day to build stuff, that means the advanced builders are not spending that 1 hour building the same house 20 times and then decorating it differently. They can get straight into the decorating. Mm-hmm. Oh, cool. He's actually blasted away all his landscape under there. And he's put all the all the little seaweed bits under it. That's very good.
Yeah, he's got a good attention to detail. Like I said, it's not like the biggest world that you've seen, but I like the fact that it's actually everything's accessible without a jetpack. And
yes, that is good.
And This right here, I've built this world up so much for everybody. This is the reason why we have this tournament going on, because this guy right here, I'm going to give him mad props. His name is LlamaVsCow. He's relatively unknown in the Fortresscraft community, and he has quite possibly, like, pretty much one of the most epic worlds, and we're going to start it up right about now.
You're just going to give him some what? Sorry, some mad
props. It's
mad props. Are you from the street?
I am from the ghetto, Arcas. I really am. I'm from the hood. It's sometimes my ghetto-ness pops out. I try to be proper on the mic, but it happens.
Well, yes. Mad props to you, Mr. Llama.
But his world is really kind of medieval. Also, he has a lot of steampunky style things, and I really wanted to have you on this video because he's done a hell of a job with this game.
So with a lot of these, again, I wish people would use custom blocks to make a diagonal custom block for like 45-degree slopes and things. Mm-hmm. That's what. So you can see there the barrels. They're awesome. I love when people just use things like that for a little bit of smoothing.
Yeah, it does look pretty good. I like the barrels. I think some people were asking for a barrel block, and you put the custom blocks in. You're like, there you go.
I do like the ship though.
He's got the people fishing on the side.
I seem to recall we had a barrel block at one point. I think.
Yeah, I think Andy did make one.
Wow. Now, you see, this guy is going to kill me when he gets copy and paste, and he can do that in about 10 minutes. Because with a copy and paste, you'd build one floor, and then you mark it off, and then you get sort of a glowing copy of it, and you just go click, 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 and you just build it as often as you like.
Is it possible to flip it?
Not currently. I mean, the problem is that gets really hard. And how does the interface work? Because it's not like a custom block. It's not a single block. You can copy a massive thing.
Like how big are we talking?
Currently, the limit is 1,024 blocks.
Oh, wow.
So it's quite a lot. I like his fountain as well.
Yeah, I love the way that people are using the dervish effect. Some people use it to cover their spawn, and this Rubik's Cube style thing looks like it's going to induce a few seizures, maybe. But,
well, with the dervish, I wasn't really sure, because I put all these effects in, and again, people say to me, "Oh, your world must be amazing," and I'm like, "Not really." And like with the dervish, I wasn't sure if it even be useful. I don't know if I think I've seen uses for all of the blocks now. And usually they're not uses I had in mind. They're stuff that I never, ever, ever thought that I would be doing.
Any examples offhand? Or?
Well, like, I don't know if you've seen people using Orbit and Planetary with little black and yellow blocks to make bees. And Dervish as well. And I'm like, oh, yeah, because it looks like little bees. That's awesome. There's stuff like that. I mean, it never crossed my mind. And Martine and I were discussing the whole physics thing, the custom block thing, saying, well, I don't know, you can make factories with it. And that's really all we could think of was factories. But our strength is not in sort of the creative uses, but it's making sure you get flexible tools. And I was starting to think today about the multiple laser scheme. So you get red, green, and blue lasers. And for instance, a colored light system where you can feed in different lasers and that changes the color of the light, or for sake of argument, a conveyor belt where a blue light sets it to be fast, but a red light sets it to fire the other way. You've got so it's starting to give people a bit more tools to add life and create, to add movement into the world, because that's in my mind where Fortresscraft is lacking, is that sort of machinery and life and movement. The emergency lighting, the thunder help, the physics blocks helps. The more I can give people, the better.
That's pretty cool. I have seen a lot of people also using the custom blocks with a lot of glitches too. Like the game actually, created its own use for them. Like people make like Paul does, make the piston block come up through another block, or people,
oh yeah. I mean, I wrote all these. I tested all of them, and even so, Paul did something, and I was like, "How did you do that?" I see what you've done. That's like using the machinima lights, but hanging them from a block is cool.
Oh yeah, I didn't even actually notice that. This was actually supposed to be all blue, but for some reason, his world is so big the lighting had a hard time catching up.
It possibly you'd set your own machinima lights to white and not reset it. It's possible.
Oh, all right. Well,
Don't worry, that's not going to be a problem in the future because you don't get to play the machinima lights. You get a whole selection of lights instead.
Well, that sounds like a, awesome thing. I haven't even gotten a chance to mess with the custom colored light in there, but Paul has, and he's been telling me, like you were saying, he made a thunderstorm above his wizard tower.
Oh yeah, it's cool. I mean, he also made it kind of works best indoors, so you're indoors and then the lights flashing in. And wow, this must have taken this guy forever. That's so cool.
Yeah, he's got a really awesome world. That was his wizard tower. I mean, I've seen a lot of wizard towers, but his is probably second to Paul's I've seen. Paul has a really awesome tower.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing it's probably worth mentioning for anybody who's watching the tournament, I don't know why, but for some reason, it's not as good watching it on YouTube. There's something not as good as actually being in the world. I guess it's because you can look around and look at the stuff you want to, but it doesn't quite capture how good some of these worlds are in the videos. I don't know why. I wish I could explain why.
I think it's the actual scale of these worlds, honestly. Like, when you actually, like, you could show how big it is on YouTube, and I could show you that, but when you take your jetpack off and stand underneath there and look up at that damn tree right there, you're like,
it's huge.
Wow, it's massive. That thing is, like, easily 100 blocks across.
Oh, and it's hollow. That's awesome.
Yeah, he's sort of got, like, a little tree city up here.
It's very, it reminds me of sections of Warcraft. They did this, huge trees that people lived in. Very cool.
World of Warcraft.
Art-wise, there's still not much to touch it, so it's a good market.
That's cool. Always
I bet he's got a story. I bet you either that ball in the middle means something, and signs are another thing, so people can start saying, this is the shrine of blah blah blah, where people worship that, and actually putting in that stuff.
A guy on the forums, Tom Audie, had a really good idea, saying, like, maybe, how you have the message of the day, where if you step on a pressure pad, it would show, you could make a message when you step on that pressure pad, just pop up on the screen so you could give people information about the build.
Oh yeah, I've got plans for signs. The problem isn't really the signs. It's not even the rendering of the signs. The problem is storing of the data. So unlike certain games, beginning with M, I don't have the luxury of a massive space, and not much RAM. So if you've got 1,000 signs in your world, each with like a big chunk of text, I've got to find somewhere to store that, and that's awesome.
There you go, Arcas. This is what I wanted you to see.
He needs the red lights in the nose, you see. That's what he needs. And no fog. That's my bad.
Yeah. It's like I turned the draw distance up as high as I could, and I still got fog on this damn thing. Like, it's that massive.
That is amazing. Yeah, so hopefully not this patch. The next one we'll be able to get the draw distance really up high. We've got plans for that. So the game is not doing that justice at all, not even slightly.
It's freaking amazing. Like, I got so many different angles of it. It's just I couldn't fit the whole damn thing into the picture at the same time. I mean, we've seen dragons in this tournament. We got a few of them, but this is a giant dragon.
Yeah, that one would win in the fight of the dragons. I mean, that's like the Dragon King there.
Yeah, it would pretty much snap a few heads off.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Yeah, when I seen this, like, I was looking through his world, I was like, alright, this is a cool world. And I turned around, it's like, big dragon. I was like, whoa. But, yeah, his world's nicely pulled together. It's tied together. Like, everything is, like, kind of a city. And then, you got the big dragon in the medieval area coming to, terrorize the townfolk.
That really is, really is fantastic. Really, really, really very good. And just there's so much there. I mean, there's so much sort of packed into that space. And instead, you just want to sort of walk around and see what's there.
Yeah, if you got a chance and you see LlamaVsCow online, not even anybody, even you, Arcas, if you see this guy online, I highly recommend his world. I mean, it's just, I couldn't even get all of it. Like, I couldn't even, like, the footage for the airship on the inside, like I had to cut it down because his video would have been like 20 minutes long.
Oh yeah, I mean, I had the same thing when I was in Gen Z's, where I was there looking and looking, like, there's more. And she's like, "I'll go inside." I'm like, "You've done the inside as well." Oh, no wonder it's going so slow.
Oh God, yeah, I haven't even begun editing Gen Z's world yet, and I am not looking forward to that because I have literally, I'm not lying, about 90 minutes of footage from her world that I need to shorten down into a 10-minute promo here.
Is it the rabbit world or is it somewhere else?
It is her first world with I can't even begin to explain what's in her world. She does a better job than me. It's got shit everywhere.
Oh yeah, I have to say, so I hope this is successful enough. So when you finish, you can do another tournament with physics and custom blocks and lighting, and then when that one's, you can have it with I don't know what's going to come next.
Well, what I was thinking of doing is not the second round, but after the second round, for the top people that are in the last 8 bracket, I was gonna refilm their worlds with what they've built, since I filmed.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Sort of like an update video. That way, people can see, maybe this guy got through, but he didn't have enough in his world to go on, but now he does. I wanted to give everybody a shot there, so, I'm just trying to get this tournament going, and it's just taking a really long time.
Yeah, well, I think everyone can sort of see the amount of work you've put into it. I mean, I've done like short films and things, and for every minute of film you see, that's like an hour of footage, and for that hour of footage, that took me a day of editing. It really, really, really does take a long time to put this stuff together. But hopefully, everybody who's watched you realizes that. But
I hope they do. I hope people, they haven't been really hounding me because I was trying to get 2 videos out a day, and for the first like 4 or 5 days I did, but afterwards, like I just got so exhausted staying up all night long editing these videos up, and it's hard to find guests every day.
Well, to be honest, it's probably worth. If you tweet at me going, "I need a guest," I can certainly always hit the retweet button. I'm sure there's plenty of people around who'd like to chat with you about the world thing. Especially people who maybe didn't make it into the tourney. They want to talk about, I'm not a good person. I don't have an architectural background. I don't, I don't know what art is, but I know what I like.
That's true. That's what it is. Yeah, we ran out of time here, Arcas, that quick.
Yeah, well, we should probably get off before people get bored.
Yeah, so I'd like to thank you for coming on the tournament again.
No, you're very welcome. I like it. As Paul said, I like seeing it before everybody else sees it. Those are really amazing worlds, and I do hope at some point during Fortresscraft life we can push something out into a system where you can wander around other people's worlds, not actually take a copy of them, but look at them and wander around their world. And I'd like that so you can really show off people's awesome worlds a little bit better than having to record it. But that's off in the future, I'm afraid.
Yeah, that would be amazing. But like I said, we're out of time. DJ Arcas was my guest. I'd like to thank you for coming on again. And for those of you out there, vote in the comments for either RudgerWolvram or LlamaVsCow. And, rate, comment, subscribe. And, favorite the video because the more votes we get, the more accurate the voting's going to be. So, thanks everybody. Thanks DJ Arcas. And I'll catch you guys later.